right, good morning, students. So today we have a Tech Tuesday going on, and I'm going to show you a couple of apps on my iPad that will hopefully get you some good ideas as far as what you can do regarding having that whole motion magic theme that we have this week. So I went on the App Store and I found three apps I thought were interesting. The first one we're going to look at is the stop motion. So I'm going to click on the stop motion, and as you can see in front of me, I have a lot of things that I've already created for this. You can see how I've made little characters, I've made a backdrop, and I can move these around. If you have Legos that you love to tell stories with, this would be a great app for you to show movies too. So let me show you on the app what it looks like. So here's the stop motion app, and what I've done is I have simply used this big red button on the right hand side to start recording, and it takes one snapshot at a time. And what I did was I took a picture of the background first, then I went ahead and took some other pictures. So you can see here how some of those other pictures kind of overlap. And when I moved the person on the screen a little bit, I took a picture, moved the person on the screen a little bit, took a picture. And what's nice is you can kind of see if I play with the button on the left hand side going up or down, it'll let you see what's under from the previous one and how it lines up with it. And so that's kind of nice. And when you press the play button on the right hand side, you can see all of them put together, and it can tell a nice little story about how a boy went jogging, came across a porcupine, and decided, oh, nope, I got to go the other way. And it will go on loop, so it'll start over and over for you. One nice thing that I do want to show is that if you feel like your movie's going too fast, just click on the screen and that you want to add more slides in. And I press copy, and then when you press copy, then press it again, and you can do paste, and you can add in another screen to slow down that particular part of the movie, so you can have an emphasis. So when I'm playing it and he comes across the porcupine, oops, there's a second there where he stops, and then, oh no, I better go the other way. If I wanted to prolong that moment right here, then all I have to do is, again, just press copy, and press paste until you get it just the way you like it. Oh, yep, now time to turn away. Okay, there are some other nice things that are in here too. It says you can add titles and end screens, but I have found in this app that you will need to actually pay for those. So I'm only going to be showing the free things for us. And here's where you can see titles and credits that you wouldn't want to add for that in a quick access panel kind of a way. All right, so that's my quick one on that. And now on to our next app. The next one that we're going to explore is Flippad. It's a pretty simplified version of what we did yesterday, so that makes it a really good beginning one to use. You can go up to scenes and add a new scene. You can also control how many panels that you're going to have in it. I can delete or add as need be in the bottom left corner. You can do a background, which is nice, and you can also change colors. So maybe I'm going to put a color in there. So I'm going to put that color so you can see that maybe I'm doing some sort of a grassy scene. And they do have the ability to see underneath it with the onion skin. And I just press that button up in the upper right hand corner so I can see exactly what I did. and I can emulate it. So I'm going to do the same thing, keeping that line close together, and doing the next one. So I'm just continuing to click on the left hand side for the next screen, keeping all that green in the same location. So I have my background made. All right, then maybe in my background I'm going to change the color. I'm going to add yellow, and I am sure that's clicked. Maybe I've decided I want to have the sun setting. So I'll just click on the eraser up in the top taskbar and decide to erase that. Maybe my sun's going to be going down now, so I have to go back and change that. No worries. Okay, so now we're going to do it again. Make sure you click back on that pencil. I can see right where the last one was because of the onion screen. And the sun is going down. And then on the foreground, we're going to add, let's see, I don't have a lot of colors here, so I'm just going to do black for this and go back to our pencil. So I'm going to start off with a little tiny stem that's going to get bigger, and maybe these little leaves will get bigger too. There'll be a little bud here. That bud will be getting bigger. And I can still see what's underneath it. All right, so here we go. So now we're ready to do the loop function down here and press the play button. And you can see, oh, the sun is setting, and you can actually see it through my flower, which is okay. I can go back and add color to my flower later if I want to. So this will give you that stop motion kind of animation. Now on to our next app. Our next app is animation, and it's kind of a upgraded Flippad. You can see one that I've already started using the same principles here. Press and play. You can see how it looks like he's doing a funny little dance, but there's a whole lot of other slides I haven't finished yet. So we're going to press pause, and then down here at the bottom I can press until I come across the next one I need to do, which is this one right here, because you can see it's faded out. And I would go ahead and pick a pencil for that, and I would go back to the screen where I can see a lot of these pencils down at the bottom, and I just press the bottom right hand button for that. I'm going to press the brush, and it's going to allow me to modify and move. Maybe I want his little arm to go up now, and I can trace over it. This is nice because it does have a paint bucket option, so if you press the paint bucket and press it twice, you can get a color, and it'll fill in anything inside those lines. You can, of course, add background elements to this. There are a whole lot of other functions in here. Some of them are paid, some of them are not. There's a tutorial that'll kind of walk you through all of the steps for this. But if I press on that bottom button, it gives me quick access to colors. The bottom right button will also bring you to the layers and what slides you're individually in. If you need to add slides, if you go to the left hand margin there and you press add, then that'll get you on to the next slide too. And you can really play around with some of these different buttons. They have a lot more different functions you can do, but it's basically the same thing as the last one. All right, one more time, let's watch it. All right.
All right, I hope you enjoy playing around with those apps. They're free. Just make sure you don't click any of those in-app purchases. And I have a super silly joke of the day. Did I tell you about the last superhero movie I saw? It was marvelous. Marvel Universe, yeah. So next time, I can't wait to explore motion, magic, and art. Remember, you want to be kind to everyone you meet, love on your family, and keep making great art.